You say most certainly. I say I hope it comes out very quickly.
Yeah.
Just so we see if XDG has anything else up their sleeve. Like, even if
Yeah.
Teammate doesn't make it past this point and they end up dropping this game, exposing more of XDG to Team Coast is a big thing that'll help out.
Yeah, well, there's a new ban against Smithy. There's a Tristana ban against iKennyU. Yasuo Syndra still away from Slushy. And now it's Alistair, Maokai, and Nidalee. All things that matter a little bit here. And we'll see who gets to ban what. XDG only has one ban left here. They still want to get rid of Slushy's champ pool. Alistair does go away.
They're going to bait either Maokai or Nidalee.
All right.
California Trolls is guaranteed at least one of those champions, but they're going to go with the Ziggs.
Okay.
Banned it previously.
I think that is the right choice here at this point. Ziggs seem to be a really high priority. Again, I want to point out XDG did not grab that champion in the first two picks in Game 1, but Teammate cared enough to grab it early on in Game 1 as well as ban it in Game 2. So the Ziggs comes through for Slushy. I think it's a great champion for him.
But the fact they banned out Trist means this is a whole different champ select than what we saw Game 1 and 2. Now, what does XDG have? Is Kenny
Mid lane Caitlyn.
Is Kenny going to take, maybe. He might just go back to top and be like, all right, sure. Aurelia's open,
Yes,
Zed's open. All these things are open for him now that he has.
True.
And he can also just play, Nidalee top if he has to.
Well, keep in mind, of course, as we hover over things, Kenny, his most played is Riven for what it's worth. You saw the hover, and I was like, I got excited for a second. Smithy might want to take away the Kha'Zix, though, away from Porpoise Pops. Honestly, Porpoise has been, I would say, the most consistent player on Teammate this series. I thought he's been good the whole time through, but it is going to be Kog'Maw here for Latman, and it's going to be the Aurelia for iKennyU. This is a fearsome champion the Teammate has not wanted to deal with before.
Yeah. Today might be the day where we find out if the Aurelia versus Nidalee matchup really is a counter pick.
That's true.
We'll have to see, because he picked that wholeheartedly, blind picking, knowing that they didn't ban the Nidalee this time, and that is one of California Troll's favorite champions.
Well, Porpoise looks like he's going to get himself his Kha'Zix. The Lulu's being hovered over right here. Now, that would be a bit of a steal from Baby Zeus if they think they can hurt his champion pool. If they want to give that to Dodo or maybe to Cali Trolls. Lulu versus Aurelia, I feel like would be decent for her. Lulu, by the way, they're both female, so I realized I had to clarify that one. But now we're all on the same page.
Sweet. And now, locking a jungler is definitely what you want to do here. You want to take away something from Smithy. You also want Porpoise Pops on something comfortable. They did hover the Kha'Zix for a second.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a scare. Get him on that champion that he performed so well on previously.
I am surprised to see Corki get grabbed here just because they had the ability to go for first dibs on AD carry.
Kog'Maw.
Sorry, to get first dibs on support.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. Why bother grab Corki? Because you could wait on that champion. It's not likely to be contested here. Instead, part of the Teammate bot lane will be known now when XDG goes for their grabs. Because the thing is, XDG have a guaranteed counter pick on mid and top if they want it. And so I feel like you can sort of wait on some of your picks.
They already picked their top laner.
I'm just really off my game today. You're right.
It's okay.
They could have. Yeah. We're just going to move on from here.
Well, it's okay. I will.
Through. Morgana gets grabbed. I'm going to wake back up. Let's go.
All right. It's okay. I will fight your position right now because I think it's great that they didn't pick it up. Because right now, in support, there's kind of a trifecta. If I can pick Thresh, you pick Morgana. If you pick Morgana, I pick Nami. If I pick Nami, you pick Thresh.
Yeah.
And since Alistar's off the table right now, that's what they're going for right here. So I wouldn't be surprised to see the Nami come out for Dodo in the bot lane. Maybe he'll switch it up and be like, all right, it's Braum time. You never know.
I would not expect to see Tarek. I feel like he would get crushed by the Morgana, but maybe we'll see. It's unlikely regardless. So, Lulu here for Baby Zeus. Smithy's going to have his Aurelia, and we're going to have Latman on Kog'Maw as well. Only jungler still to show for XDG.
Oh, wow. Yep. So it is going to be the Nami.
Yep.
It's going to be a Gragas top up against Aurelia.
Okay.
Very brawly champion.
Yeah.
Does a lot of just burst damage when you get in base contact with her, when you get in melee range.
Yeah.
So you can kind of trade effectively against her.
And honestly, as well, one thing to keep in mind is the fact that we haven't really seen Gragas in a long time.
Yeah, we haven't.
He took the one nerf to his Q, and like the smile changed to his W, and there were, I mean, it got a mana cost increase too, so that was a nerf. But he just disappeared.
It doesn't feel as great because now his barrel doesn't do max damage.
It doesn't one-shot cast minions anymore.
Exactly. So you kind of throw it out there, and you're just like, all right, now I got to walk up and hit each one of these things.
Oh,
or unless you're ahead of the
How
power
difficult
curve.
is your lane? You have to auto-attack to last hit minions.
I know.
I feel so bad for you, Gragas players.
Melee champion.
I know. Oh, man. Life is hard with your free
Did buff him,
sustain
though,
passes.
so that his E will always go the full distance.
That's true. Make sure. And Lee Sin does get grabbed for Xmithy. Now, I don't believe it pulled any bans so far in this series. But I remember back when he was in the LCS, his Lee Sin was freaking legendary. So something to really watch out for is what kind of plays can Smithy make after pulling that new ban.
Yeah, Smithy, he's the guy that was like the most improved jungler in a split. He picked up Lee Sin. It was like, wow, this guy has great mechanics, and he knows how to execute aggression in the early game and control the jungle. Now, we haven't seen him on that champion, let alone him in a long time.
Yeah.
What does he have on that Lee Sin? Is he still up there in mechanics, and can he apply that to today's meta?
I believe so. I think Smithy can be plenty powerful here, and it's going to be fun to watch what he can do with this one. But we are in a game 3 here, and we're down to the point where we're down to the line. So we mentioned in the pregame that we had some quick tech difficulties, so we waited around. The players did as well for some time. So all the momentum you would have had from game 2 on XDG is, I would say, kind of gone.
Yes.
You got to sit there, and you had time to, keep warm, play against your opponents, do some lane tests, whatever. Make sure you've discussed, prepared, you've become prepared for the last game. But kind of the full series is reset now, and it's down to this last game.
Yeah, and we talked about that during the break, where when a team wins a game and you want to ride that momentum, you want to get into the next game pretty quickly.
Yeah.
It's actually been a decent while now since that last game ended in real time. So the teams have had a while to just calm down. Teammate recenters themselves. XDG kind of come off of their high, being like, all right, let's get into this game. And then the Tristana ban comes out. And now it's just standard strategy.
Right.
So can XDG beat Teammate in just standard straight-up strategy, no double AD carry, no composition where you absolutely need a tank? We'll have to see.
And Kenny, though, did get his favored Aurelia here. And that is the thing, is he was carrying as hard as he could on Tristana. He got, I would say, his best top laner right now in Aurelia, his most fearsome top laner, I think. And honestly, what I think is a decent matchup. Gragas is all right, but it's not like it's a counterpick necessarily. So I think Kenny is still set up to be as dominant as he was the entire tournament so far, the entire series so far. And also, Babies, I think, will look much better as well, not being forced in that top lane Mundo. I just wasn't a big fan, personally. And he gets to go back to his mid lane Lulu, which has been pretty good for him. Yeah,
Gragas is going to control that matchup early because his superior wave clear with 2 AoE abilities against Aurelia, who has none.
Yeah.
You'll shove him into the turret. But the thing is will Smithy realize that and be like, I'm just going to go top as Lee Sin over and over again? But will Porpoise realize that and counter-gank it? Because I think that's what's going to happen here, barring a lane swap.
We will see if we're going to get that 3 to 7 minute gank in the top lane.
Because now you have the shot callers against each other.
That's true. That is a big point, and we're going to see if they can make the right plays here. Flash on F for iKennyU means he's probably the better player here. 10Q, actually missing them both, though. That's okay. And Maple Street right now is on an early game carry one more time. Sees XDG coming in.
Oh, boy.
Binding comes in, dodges it. Lee Sin Q lands, but he's pretty much fine.
Valkyrie level 1. We talked about this a couple games ago. If you take Valkyrie level 1, you aren't going to have the same lane shoving, especially with a Nami. It's definitely not going to help you get that level 2 early. That's definitely going to help out Latman.
It's a pretty good chance for XDG to find good things here. The Binding's going to land. Nice knockback, though, to push back Smithy a little bit here. Looks like Porpoise Pops will stay alive. No summoners burned on any side.
Yeah, Kelly starting with the body slam.
Yep.
Able to interrupt and get that big chunk of damage down. He's going to keep going.
Binding hits Dodo, and they will chase in. Another Lee Sin Q lands.
Just the brawling back and forth. Porpoise Pops and Maple Street both backed. So they are not involved in this. It's essentially a 3-on-5 right now.
Well, both supports gained a bunch of gold from their spell thieves. So hey, 10Q and Dodo 8, richest members in the game. And they're going to be for the next 15 seconds.
These pings coming out here. XDG have very aggressive invades, I've noticed.
They really do.
Team 8, they will try to invade like they did game 2, but it didn't quite work out for them because of the Nunu. And then it put Porpoise Pops really far behind. But look at this. They see it coming. Dodo, what do you have? Do you have bubble?
No, he's got the heal, I believe.
Nope,
What's it down? Gets a whole big burst of damage in his face. Has to flash away.
Kenny
but there's Aurelia.
Dodo.
Kenny wants the kill, and he gets first blood. 329 gold, I believe, for that one. Ziggs Q comes out. Kenny forced to run away. Takes a summon heal and a flash away. And XDG will get away fairly cleanly. First blood to Aurelia.
Yeah, Porpoise Pops actually started at his red. He's nowhere even near that. So now he's pinging enemy blue. So they might actually get multiple buffs off of this and leave Smithy with almost nothing.
Yeah, the thing is, I'd still rather take first blood than get the better buffs in this one. Smithy going to go back in for this blue buff here, and I feel like his red's still going to stay fairly safe. I think it's still a 2-buff game.
It's a lane swap as well. Dodo, whew, he took the heal at the start, like you said. He didn't have the bubble for the disruption there, and it definitely cost him. Kenny used his flash, and he got first blood on that Aurelia. It's exactly what you want to start getting the game in your favor. He purchases boots off the back of it, though.
Yeah. Boots and 2 extra potions. He's on Boots Doran's 3. Maple Street does stay safe versus Doran's Ring. 3 pots and a ward here for Cali Trolls.
He's going to hit level 2 first, though. And it's going to help him a bunch because he got the Valkyrie at level 1. So he definitely needs that.
He can finally fight back now with Phospho Bomb. And Dodo's going to put that heal in there, but we're going to see a giant wave means that will be cleared out fairly quickly. There's a bunch of XP sort of waiting for XDG here. Binding does get dodged away from. We got to see, though. The real thing to watch, though, is how this now bottom lane matchup goes, the Irelia versus Gragas, because I feel like from what I've seen of these games, Kenny needs to go off again.
Yeah, Kenny needs to go crazy against Cali Trolls, but he's down 10 CS at this point. He went and he cleared out the buff so that Xmithy's blue will respawn, whereas the blue for Team 8 still has to be cleared.
Oh, interesting. Well, Porpoise Pops does have a ward around that area, though, so he'll know at least part of what's going on. He does get the counter jungle. Nicely done against the Wolf camp.
This is exactly
the top side.
Exactly what I was talking about. Cali's going to shove this lane in very early, very quickly. Now do the junglers notice it? Kenny actually wards this bush so he doesn't get dove.
Very smart instincts by iKennyU. Drops his trinket as he came down in the lane, and he's going to stay safe right here. Now the question is, without Flash and without a jungler just yet, Lee Sin's only coming now. Is this going to pay off?
Yeah, he got really low because he took a bunch of harass in the trades early that he blew some potions. So by the time he completed his route, he had to back for more. He does have a longsword, so he would win 2-on-2 skirmishes at this point.
Well, Porpoise just clears away the white. Smithy says, hey, that's gone. All right. Kha'Zix was here. Knows that because of the ward. And still has the Wolf camp dead, though. Smithy still wants to make plays.
There's
goes
no
all the way around.
Yeah,
this is a bit of a risk for Cali Trolls. Now, it's still a flash advantage.
If he uses his body slam.
Well, sees it now. Great stun from iKennyU, and he gets in the way so that he cannot body slam. Flashes. There's the body slam. Q lands, but that's all right. Summoner spell now lost. Good gank.
And you saw that California Trolls blew his flash early, so he doesn't take damage, and he can stay in lane. Because a lot of people will take damage, then they'll flash, and it's not as helpful. You should flash preemptively.
Yeah, the problem is that he's still in this sort of threat where Kenny can do the same thing again, land the stun, like block the body slam, and then suddenly there's nowhere to really go. So, still a threatening situation to be in if you're Cali Trolls. He has not put that ward down yet, despite being pushed up for so long.
Yeah, he also is going even in CS now against Kenny. Just kind of back and forth now. Lost that advantage that he had for himself.
Oh, and here's the TP play for iKennyU. And Maple Street's going to get exhausted. Damage into 10Q. He's going to try to run away from this one. Valkyrie damage coming out a little bit. Good dodge in the bubble. Latman putting good damage on Dodo. Is sure to fall. Tries with the Ignite. And he's going to take down 10Q. Latman cannot save him. And that is actually the best they could have hoped for on Team 8.
It's a 1-for-1. Look at the gold. It's even now. Because meanwhile, Cali's been farming. Oh, Slushy's going for the kill, but he doesn't get it.
Well, it's going to be the dash on through. The slow might just be enough to take him down. One more auto attack, and iKennyU takes the kill. Baby Zeus lives with the flash heal, and XDG now up 3-1.
The heal, the flash, got Baby Zeus out of there to the ignite, and the flash of Slushy. That is really, really big for them. And now we're going to see Kenny. What's he going to do? He's going to walk straight down here. Cali didn't have the TP available for that play.
Yeah.
So he couldn't follow.
And so now the question is, what are you going to get? An extra kill and an extra assist was picked up by iKennyU while Cali Trolls was off farming the lane and shoving into the turret. I want to see how the XP goes, if Kenny's going to get an ultimate, and how the items go, because Sheen for this Gragas could be pretty good. And in fact, teammate looking to lane swap while their jungle's getting invaded.
XDG, Smithy, they're going to go ahead and put some wards down, get themselves some wraiths. Right now, Porpoise Pops, he's going to be walking into completely warded territory here around that red. It is not going to be a good place for him to be, and it's going to be very dangerous. Then they're actually sitting in wait for him.
Oh.
That means his leap isn't up.
At least they don't know about it, but Porpoise Pop's going to say, all right, I'll clear that away.
Oh, they saw them.
All right, XDG not going to get too much out of that one. Teammate realizes there's been some antics down here.
Cali's sitting mid right now.
Interesting choice. Satchel's going to keep Baby Zeus, though, in not a very good spot. Great minefield as well. Baby Zeus has to respect this a whole lot. 300 health left in the guy.
He does have his ultimate, though.
Can he TP to go to the top lane? Teammate are very well in control of this one. The 7-minute Dragon attempt looking pretty good.
Well, all the wards that are in that red side jungle are completely around it. They have no idea what's going on inside of the Dragon Pit or near it. They have to go up and try to ward this.
Well, 10Q tries now. The damage still coming through. Dodo trying to leash the aggro back and forth. 10Q's got to be careful, though. Good damage from Maple
He
Street.
needs Lushi here.
Lee sends around, but the Qs both miss, and that will be Dragon picked up for Team 8. Calitrolls has teleport to go back into that lane. Great play by Team 8.
There's a big wave up top that he'll be able to clear as soon as he gets there. It's going to be about 50 CS plus. So he's got a good advantage here over his lane opponent, but Kenny has been getting the kills. The gold is on him, the person that XDG wanted on, because maybe he'll be able to duel Calitrolls later on, and that's what he wants.
We're going to see what they can find. Binding's not going to land. Puddled us a little bit. Nice Fossil Bomb to put some damage back through. It's overall the 500 gold lead. The top lane actually holding very close to equal, though.
He's not going to use his TP.
Interesting.
He's going to use it for a play later.
Just a simple walkthrough. I'm not sure what he's going to TP for, but that's going to be the case.
I don't think he knows either. He's just waiting for a play to happen or present itself.
Well, of course, Kenny's comes up in the next 1.5 to 2 minutes anyway, so that play might not even surface regardless. But we'll just have to see what happens here. Slushy is actually not crushing this mid lane right there. Baby Zeus, again, game 1 had a pretty hard time on Mundo. Game 2 was fine against Kale, more or less. Was still down, but for the first time, he's actually winning his lane. Baby Zeus, you know, of course, the Tristana was worth it, but finally he gets to actually play his own frickin' role, and it's working a lot better for him.
Yeah. The fact that he also has a blue buff over Slushy, because, like I said, the blue buff of teammates was not cleared until way later, is big. Also, what's big right now, Kha'Zix is visiting top. Porpoise Pops has not been seen by a ward. He's going to go straight after Kenny.
There's the knockback, and the jump went a little bit far there. There's the flash used by Kenny. That was not well coordinated. Porpoise Pops did not know the ult was coming across. That jump was missed. Now just backs right out with the ultimate. Smith the winning on a pink ward. The turns one around. Kenny's like, hey guys, something's going on right here. Kicks him back in the turret. And again, the miscommunication of Team 8. He wanted to dive Rally and his jungler wasn't there. The fight in the mid lane. Ulti's traded. Slushy is trying, but Baby Zeus with the summoner heal wins the 1v1. Beautiful stuff.
Just a back and forth over and over again, except XDG, they just keep closing the kills out. Even though they're up 4-1, or I guess 5-1 over 4 kills, only 300 gold advantage here for them.
It's true. I mean, the Dragon's a really big part of this one, and some of the lanes have done quite well, to be honest. You look at this bot lane, up 12 CS right there. That's a good thing to do when you are Maple Street, but of course, those CS leads don't matter when the enemy team has more gold than you because they've got kills. So the fact of the matter is XDG is winning this game. What teammates been doing well is their overall team play, but the individual coordinations have been off.
Yeah, they're getting picked really hard. Cali was extremely aggressive. He didn't blow his flash. Now his TP advantage is nothing because Kenny's about to have his. But just back and forth, you're feeding this Aurelia. Like, you're honestly just, this Aurelia is getting fed at this point. Keeping toe-to-toe with the Gragas at this point in the game and being 2-0-2, it's going to accelerate her to a very quick Trinity Force.
Yeah.
And get that first power spike and then get going.
Well, Kenny, you carry the first 2 games. Might as well carry the third right here. Looking great on this Aurelia that people were right to ban before. And in earlier series, Team 8 did not learn that lesson, though. They wanted the Alistar dropped away. We'll see if that ends up being worth it. They can get around this Aurelia later on here.
Yeah, they first picked the Ziggs, too.
They did.
And they opted to not go with an Italy here. They opted to go with the Gragas. And now with the Invade, he's going to be spotted out, though.
Yeah, Smithy's going to try to make some plays in this one. Double longsword on him. He's got the boots as well. Still buying wards up, though. You can see lots of wards in inventories for XDG, plus 4 sweepers already in.
Yeah, their vision control is fantastic.
I'm surprised Porpoise does not have a sweeper. I think it's very rare for a jungler to still be on a warding totem 11 minutes in. He's buying wards, that's good, but he's just like, maybe I can spot Lee Sin and keep him away, but he's not able to make his own plays easily.
The bot lane looks like it's going to get a visit here from McSmithy. But nope, he finds a pink ward en route.
Quick kill on that. Bot lane stays safe, nothing too big found out, but Dragons in 2 minutes. And right now, the vision is a little sparse on both sides. The entrances are being watched by Team 8, but there's no direct dragon control right now.
Yeah, Team 8 actually have a better dragon control composition. True. With the Gragas, they can wave clear very quickly, TP down. Speaking of the Gragas.
Calitrolls wants to fight Kenny, but look at that. Has to flash away. The last R still hits. Porpoise Pops will trade the kill back on out, but nicely done by Kenny. He is still winning his 1v1s. 10Q goes in, lands the 2-man ultimate. Fossil Bomb, good damage. Bubble the same. 2-man stun. They go for Maple. He Valkyries away. Now Dodo going to force them back as well. 10Q stays safe.
And Smithy was there for the moral support in case it went Ari, but still in the vicinity.
They're all going to be fine on this one. And XDG Still looking okay. To be fair, even though there was that outplay in the 1v1, the fact that Porpoise Pops showed up meant the top lane fight was actually a gold lead for Team 8.
Yeah.
Lich Bane up for Cali Trolls fairly soon. About 800 gold from that one, I think the combine is now, after the Aether Wisp ingredient ad.
They're just getting harassed down, but Xmithie is still hanging out here, spending his time in this bot lane. They're actually going to play it safe. They're going to keep going back and getting these golems.
Well, that's the thing about this lane is, this is really good by teammate. I love this. If I can ever get like the chain, like double golems in bot lane, it feels really good. But because it's a short lane, a short range lane, you often have opportunities to gank that as Xmithie. This is one of the easier lanes to gank on this map. And so, something that he can probably keep looking for. Kenny's just absolutely destroying this top lane fight, though. This is very scary for Cali Trolls, though he wants a little bit more trading. Does not quite land the Sheen damage, though.
Wow. Kenny is just going crazy in this top lane. They
Yeah.
gave him Aurelia. Like we said, it's probably the best Aurelia in NA.
I think so. Someone can prove me wrong in the promo tournament if they make it there.
Yeah.
Or in the LCS itself afterwards.
The blue buff is up, and
Attempted steal, not quite going to happen. Blue buff does go to Baby Zeus here.
Dragon is up, though.
No Zigzult for that's a big deal. Xmithie saved his smite, of course. Maple Street, integrated Latman. Black Shield is broke, but Valkyrie's away. Knows to be respectful of his damage output. There's the engagement on a Baby Zeus. Good damage being dealt.
Wow.
Forces the ulti, forces the flash as well. Great bubble from Dodo 8. But now 10Q, Xmithie and Latman are showing for the
Porpoise Pops on the
counterattack.
wrong side.
The flash Q, good dodge out there from Porpoise Pops. Now Slushy's around. Some mines come out. Slows him down. Xmithie lands the Q. Doesn't chase it down, but this is now a lot of spells gone from Baby Zeus for this dragon fight.
Both top laners have TP. They want to join this fight when they can. Cali looked like he backed there for a second. Oh, Xmithie goes.
Knows to jump back to a teammate. Good coordination there.
They shoved out the mid with Slushy. Slushy's trying to cause pressure so that they can't start up the dragon. And like I said, the better dragon team fighting comp is Team 8 right now.
Yeah. See if they can make this happen. Then Team 8 trying to make this one. 400 gold lead for themselves despite the 4 kill deficit. XDG once again sweeping away the wards. They are back in on this pit. Mid lane is continually pushed in by this Ziggs of Slushy.
Is Cali going to TP? They keep pinging it. He went back.
For the Lich Bane.
Yeah, he went back for the Lich Bane.
Triforce is basically done for Kenny, though.
He also needs some mana. Kennedy's going to try to back.
I think he's got it.
Kenny.
Why not? There's the wave clear. There's the Triforce. Potions and a pink ward to boot. That is an item lead for ICANAU. Triforce Aurelia is freaking scary. And I don't know, I do not envy Cali Trolls here. I think life's going to be very difficult continually. Unless Porpoise Pops can camp for him, but if he does so, that gives up dragon control. So,
yeah.
ward swept away by teammate mid lane. Did not go down. Well defended by Baby Zeus. Both mid laners. Actually, no, Slushy not yet level 11 here. That's actually a pretty big deal if he can get that rank 2 ultimate.
The blue on Baby Zeus compared to Slushy. Here comes Cali, though.
Oh, he eats a lot of damage down the barrel. Lands well. Tidal does not quite hit, but guess what? Doesn't even need to ult for it. Great kill picked up there by the roam down from Cali Trolls. And as ICANAU left to sit there sad in the top lane, taking an outer turret for a dragon.
They're going to go straight for this dragon. Xmithie, they know where he is. He's off on the left side. They'll be rewarded with the consolation prize of the top turret. But Cali Trolls is showing that he doesn't really need that too much. But oh, he's going to TP there.
Wow, so
Good up.
look at that. With basically a 4-on-4, it's going to be teammate able to take this dragon pretty successfully. That goes down, kill goes to Porpoise Pops, and the mid lane also under fire. By the way, early Brutalizer came out for that Kha'Zix.
Xmithie is looking to gank Cali Trolls, though.
This could easily be the kill. Kenny lands the stun, lands a Q, lands a kick back, a whole bunch of bursts as well.
Oh.
The Gragas ulti whiffs. That could have been massive if he had knocked them away and bought some more time. Top lane outer goes down. Mid and bot go for Team 8, though at the same time. We're still in a very close game.
They're just getting as many kills as possible on Kenny. But Kenny needs to show up to these fights to be relevant. He needs to bring that gold with him. Because if you looked at, even if Cali Trolls just stayed top, if it was a dragon fight, the gold would be advantage of Team 8.
Yeah. Now, Cali Trolls' score doesn't reflect it, but he's still doing good things for his team overall. Kenny, great blue buff steal, though, makes Slushy's life even more difficult.
It's like
he's still doing what he can.
One of the ultimate tests for Cali. Because he's 0-3 and 2 levels down over his lane opponent, and they're both the shot callers here.
Yeah.
So when Cali is behind, he doesn't always play like he's behind.
He does not. but Kenny is a player that I don't think Cali Trolls can just outplay.
Oh, no.
Kenny's phenomenally good, and if you do not respect him, you will die even more. Still the AP build coming in. Zonia is the next look here for Cali Trolls. But yeah, you're right. The test for Kenny is that he's just been split pushing. He's just been going for the 1v1, getting the solo kills, the gank kills, taking the turret down, but yet to see him at Dragons.
And these Dragons are really what's keeping Teammate in the game and in the lead. They got a pick onto Baby Zeus before they went for it, and then it was just pretty much a guaranteed Dragon after that. Like Kenny, he is actually putting so much on his back right now. He just picked up the red buff for himself when Latman was in the vicinity. It's like, I want the red buff because I want to duel people and take them out and slow them because I'm going to be going hard.
Look at this move by XDG, the 10Q bubble. So XDG are actually switching the lanes around. They are trying to give Kog'Maw some time to slow down and free farm, get levels. I actually do not subscribe to the theory that AD carries don't scale that hard off of levels because you get AD and attack speed per level. Especially those last few levels of Cog, you get 5% bonus attack speed for ranking up your Q.
Yeah.
And so Latman's going to get a lot out of solo lane XP. Kenny is being put in a lane where there's an outer turret still to kill. This is exactly the right play for XDG here. Kenny's going to do a great job here, and in fact, if he fights with a 2v2 here, they'll win.
Yeah, well,
Abel's got to be careful.
It's a 3-on-1, 3-on-3 coming in here, too.
I think it's still a fight XDG would want to have here. But it doesn't quite land, and they don't really go for this one.
Yeah, I think Kenny being involved in any fight here is really big. Also, the fact that Aurelia has this power spike on her means that most AD carries, or all AD carries, should be very afraid of her right now.
Yeah.
Aurelia will just chase you down.
I'm very scared of a level 12 double buff Aurelia when I'm a level 10 Corki. Yes, I would be. So Kenny could be able to exert his will. So far, it's stalling out, though. I do want to see how Latman versus Cali Trolls goes as well. Smithy going to get blue buff here for Baby Zeus. Corvus Pops grabs his red, but yeah, I do want to see how these matchups pay out. Is Cork? I think Cogs is getting shoved into his turret over and over again by this Gragas, but Latman during the downtime is getting double golem, so he's still scaling up.
Look at that, he has to last hit those casters.
Man, the difficulty. He didn't even hit the barrel. Had to auto attack.
He was just pouring one out for his homies.
Sure. Cali Trolls, can he bully Latman? Does he go for this fight? Looks like he wants a little bit here. W is going to land Q as well. Ultim away, not back into himself though.
He's waiting for his cooldowns. He will go at this again. There is a heal.
Takes a drink. Flash lands on auto attack. Nicely done. Cali Trolls gets the one-on-one, but now it's going to be Dodoit going down with support from McSmithy. Nice kill to Kenny U.
Hey, I mean, that's what Cali wants. He wants to at least get back in this game, but Kenny, he's continuing this snowball. They're even in CS, but oh man, is there an advantage for Kenny?
Yep.
They give them turrets. They trade the turrets across the board. They're just trading objectives back and forth, but look at this. 10Q from the side.
What a good Morgana ultimate. That is sure to be the kill. 10Q stole that one straight up from Kenny. That was a kill for sure, but he queued it anyway. I mean, it's in his name. He just said thank you for the kill.
Yeah. This is 10th Q of the game. It had to be a kill.
Yep.
Probably not even close. He's probably thrown out close to
30.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
30. I would say probably more than that. 20 minutes in?
I don't know.
I don't know. Probably threw out 5 in the first 4 minutes.
That's true. Yeah. Okay, I'd say mid-40s then. But that,
anyway.
I don't know. It doesn't really matter, I suppose.
Morgana binding counts.
Jeez, that's the next stat we're going to track.
We need a new stat, yeah.
Oh, dear. Well, Teammate. They are looking still to be a little bit the better team. You're seeing the individual plays work.
Kenny's going for GA. Second item GA.
Interesting.
He wants to be able to dive these fights and just be able to survive at the end.
For what it's worth, there's a chance it's just components. That it's like part of Randuin's part of Fexor's Cowl. I could see it. I personally think it's weird to GA second. I think it's very inefficient at that stage of the game. But we'll see, right? Like
I think he's going to do it as one of the primary initiators of the team.
Okay.
I think that's what he would do.
Sure. And we'll see if it pays out for him. I just haven't seen it very much, except outside of Gambit. Some of them are Time Lords, to be fair. So you can't be too sad about their choices here. XDG. Trying to make their split push power work. It is a 4-1 and 4 Aurelia. Very high CS at 173. Very durable as well. Cali Trolls will always have to respect him, but right now it's Teammate basically saying, hold the lanes pretty equal. Sometimes make your individual plays, then go for dragons.
They're looking for a catch right now. 10 seconds before the dragon is up would be the perfect time to make a play so that XDG cannot contest your dragon. And this is the better dragon fighting team. I have to say it again. The only real thing here is that Kenny is super far ahead. If he shows up to this fight, oh, they caught 10Q.
Ooh, a lot of damage on the poor Morgana. Zigzol flash comes out. One rocket from Death. Maple Street not quite in range for it. Good block by Smithy as well.
Still might be enough.
Yeah, it could be enough to force them out of this one. 10Q's got to be plenty careful. Only has exhaust in the ulti left. Not really that important for him. And a nice little minefield to zone them out. Maple Street still wants this one. Good find on a Dodo, though. They're getting some
There's
decent
the TP.
poke out. And there's the engage for Smithy, though. Low HP bars. Bubble's going to land. Latman fairly safe, but in comes Calitrolls. The exhaust not going to be enough. Kill picked up, but 2 so far for XDG. Now 2 for 2 as the Kog'Maw falls over. Baby Zeus getting chased down, but just explodes that poor little Kha'Zix. And now Smithy in the fight with Calitrolls so far. 3 dead on both sides, but they explode the Lisa and make that 4 kills for teammate. They got that fight.
They're going to be able to not get the dragon right now. They might be able to push a wave out and start contesting turrets, or at least get the blue. Because right now, there isn't a lot for them to take off that fight. They won it, but they really don't get anything from it.
They get to shove the mid lane and try to get ward control back and get their team back in.
So TP comes out here from Kenny, completely safe off to the side. He gets dueled by Maple Street and Slooshy. He takes out Maple Street, gets very low, then Slooshy ends up picking him up. But man, Callie's damage and Kenny's damage at this point in the game is something that the entire team has to regard. Smithy with the nice flash there, but the fact that Callie hadn't used his ultimate up until this point was pretty big. In fact, he didn't even have to, because the fight was just so spread out. Kenny on the left, skirmish with 3 people in the middle, off on the right there was another member.
And his GA, by the way.
And Latman got blown up pretty quickly. Yeah, he wanted the GA so that he could just go in and not have to worry, and his team will follow up on his body.
Honestly, yeah, in that fight, Kenny soloed Maple Street and died to Slooshy right afterwards. And
Just
if it was
barely.
GA, would have gotten the kill and maybe gotten it afterwards. So yeah, I got to commend that. GA pickup might just work really well here. We have a 3,000 gold difference. Kenny goes in. He wants this. Of course, he has the GA. There's the bubble. There's the wild growth as well. So far, so good. Smithy kicks back Maple Street. No damage available. Kenny will revive, and 10Q does go down. Resets 1. 2 kills to 1 so far. Here comes the revive, and Kenny's going to drop right immediately afterwards. That is 3 kills picked up to only 1 death, teammate.
Yeah, and teammate, they're going to go straight for this mid lane. They say, screw the dragon. It's turrets that we want.
And they're going to get this one pretty cleanly, to be honest. I don't think people can really stop this one. Smithy blocked out by the minefield. Ziggs bomb comes in as well. This is turret, and then probably dragon afterwards as the recalls come in. Teammate making exactly the right choice after that fight.
They might get the blue here, too, if they just sneak it over the wall. Yeah, they're going to find it, and that's going to be exactly what they want. Steal it away from Baby Zeus, get it for themselves.
Smithy smites away a big wolf and hops the heck out. There's blue, and now with Kenny just respawning now and his teleport down, I don't see a way for XDG to properly contest this dragon attempt. It should be just fine. XDG still up in kills, but teammate, they have gotten, I believe, every single dragon, and they're winning by 2 turrets.
Yeah, and teammate has taken every dragon this game. It's kept them in. It's 3 dragons. Right here, see Calitrolls go really hard. But watch this, he blows up Latman. With that tiny sliver of HP, he blows him up completely. It was huge. The Acathian surprise is activated, and it doesn't come up with anything after that. The fact that he's able to Zhonya's in and basically pull the same move that Kenny is, where you dive in and then sacrifice yourself, but Kenny cannot perform that same move in a larger time span because the GA cooldown.
That GA didn't do anything for him either.
No, it didn't.
He revived and immediately died afterwards. I mean, the rest of his team was actually getting picked apart too quickly, but it's just...
Yeah, and this is something that we talked about with Calitroll's style, where he has the most kills out of anybody in the Challenger in Summer Series 2.
Yep.
Because this is what he does. And the fact that teammate has such low kill participation is also another thing. Calitroll starts the fight by going in and killing somebody, but he will die too.
Yep.
Like, he has the most kills, but he doesn't have the best KDA. Or
as long as he's worth it afterwards, though, he did the right thing.
Oh yeah, but it's definitely worth, because he's getting a high priority 80 carry target off the map. And since 4.10, I think 80 carries have been one of the best champions in a composition, because you push with them, they are your team fight, sustain damage, things like that. So he's like, I will sacrifice my big ass for that. And it's Gragas.
Yep. It has worked just nicely. Lichbane Zhonya's the build, and so far so good for Calitrolls.
He's going to zone and allow them to get to this turret a little bit faster without the minions holding it up.
The Yordle Demolition crew is here. You've got Corky and Ziggs ready to knock down this turret. Bot lane tier 2 dropping rapidly. Ziggs bombs come out to try to force them away, and that is now turret number 5 for teammate. Satchel doing some good damage. 10Q has to jump away with Flash. That is his second Flash burn in a row for just escaping now. And
that's
look
two
at this.
ultimates
Kenny
now, though.
Takes a bubble to the face. And yeah, that is still, though, I think it's a good thing for Team 8 right now.
It's two ultimates, but both the people who used them have blue buffs and some CDR. So they're actually in a pretty good spot here if they just stall it out and continue to wave clear. We saw Gragas Ziggs combos all the time. It's impossible to close a game against them because they wave clear all the damn time.
Yeah.
But in a composition like this from XDG, where's your wave clear? It's kind of Lulu Glitterlands, but then her follow-up damage in a team fight is non-existent.
There's the engage, though. Kenny wants this one, gets knocked around, though. Ziggs ulti, sorry.
Going for Slushy.
He's in as well, but he is going to get Slushy, but trades his life for it right away. 4v4 on the map, and the chase in towards Calitrolls. Binding's going to miss. There's a slow 3-man from Morgana. Would like to hit that one first to make the binding easier, but looks like not so much gained. 1 for 1. XDG, hold on.
Dodo with the slick Mikhails there on Calitrolls to get him out of the Morgana ultimate, the Soul Shackles. Otherwise, he surely would have died there, and he dodged the last Dark Binding because of it.
Good stuff then, teammate. Do hold on, but you can see how scary the siege just might be because Kenny Yu does not have any fear whatsoever. Like ever, literally.
Yeah, you're kind of a wave clear composition here for Team 8 with some poke and then resets with your Kha'Zix. But in XDG, they were kind of early game, transitioning into the late game, and now they have somebody that Lulu can use an ultimate on, like Kenny. But what do you do against a wave clear composition like this? It's very difficult for this comp to operate.
Uh-oh, Calitrolls. Speaking of difficult, that man gonna take him down. Good Black Shield stopped the explosive cast by 10Q. That was great. And that is Calitrolls being a little bit over-aggressive.
Yeah, wasn't full HP either. He was kind of just hanging around the wrong area. They pinged the Baron.
Ooh, wow, this could be the big risk Baron here for XDG. I don't know if they can get that cleanly. They do have teleport for Kenny. But the rest of the team is fairly nearby. I don't think it's happening.
Kenny's GA is pretty close to being up, so he'll have it available for the next fight. Calitrolls has his TP, and there's still no wards on that Baron. Porpoise Pops is going to have to risk himself here and say, you know what, I just have to get a ward somewhere around that area. You see him poking around with his W to try and see if it hits anybody. But he doesn't even place a ward on it. He can't. He doesn't have one.
Okay. So, game's slowing down a little bit more. Teammate, they've got to wait for the respawn. Of course, they've got Calitrolls back now. He's going to hold the bot lane. Again, Dragon Control has been what's putting Teammate on the map here.
3-0 on
that
Dragons.
gold, exactly. It is so important for them here. Their team fights just have been good. Just that XDG keep finding the individual plays. They keep finding the pickoffs. Something that, honestly, Teammate has to learn to respect better.
Ooh, they could flank Kenny right now. They don't know where Kenny actually is. He also has a red pot, though, and he has a GA. So if they actually collapse on him, they could go for a Baron here from XDG. And that's what they're going to do. It looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. They're sweeping the Baron out. If Teammate collapse on this, they give up Baron.
Well, here we go. So Kenny's chilling around. There's the barrels. And here we go. They see Corki. They're going to see Ziggs there soon as well. Calitrolls lands the body slam. Damage coming out. XDG make their way over. Kenny tries to go for the outplay, lands a stun, pops the ult, he tries to get out. Nice knockback into the wall, but Kenny is still buying a whole lot of time right there. Another body slam, another jump to the minions. GA pop, but there goes Baron Nashor, down a half HP right now. You've got Kha'Zix and Nami around.
He has
down
TP.
She goes. TP being used by the Gragas, the knockup coming by as well. 10Q Black shields that though. Will they stay for the fight? Looks like Team 8 are actually forcing XDG off of this one. Exact perfect usage of resources. They spend a TP for a kill.
The fact that they got the top laner off the field as well, and he can't TP back in when he's dead.
Yes.
Cali's still looking for stuff, though. He doesn't have his ulti. Is he going to get 10Q here?
He's going to stop recall.
Oh,
at the very
wow.
least. Got them blind.
They're pushing mid off of this.
Oh
Teammate
my
is
gosh,
going
yeah.
for the inhib.
3 versus 2 right there in the mid lane. You've got all the high damage dealers. Calitrolls, though, in a bit of a bad spot. He's going to have to pop some of the damage there. Does not. There he goes. Use the zone at the last exact second there. He can trade back on Xmithy. Here comes Dodo 8 as well. The rest of the team is still pushing. Mid inhibitor is going to be going down. And this 2v2 could be very good for teammate. 10Q about to go down. That barrel's going to land. No slow just yet. But it's actually Nami chasing down Lee Sin. Calitrolls does dodge the binding. He just walk up for an auto attack. Q. Ooh, good flash. There we go.
Gonna milk it for all it's worth there. And Dodo is gonna pick up a kill for himself on Xmithy.
There we go.
Wow.
The 2 solo kills and the mid inhibitor plus turret going down. So much has been earned by Teammate.
Completely beneficial for Teammate in every regard. They even get the GA out of Kenny again. Now now they're going to go straight for this Baron with that middle inhib down. Teammate, they are trying to come up big off this play.
Jungler and support dead. A couple of ultis down, but it's a 5 versus 3 right now. Kenny in the front line wants to go in. Nice knockup from Lulu. They're going to duck back on a Baby Zeus. Calitros goes down, but they trade on the AD carry. Kenny knocked him in the air. Dodo should be going down. Maybe. No, he will survive just barely. Slushie alive as well. Just a 1-for-1 actually, and a retreat.
Yeah, and they stop the Baron being done. XDG have to cut their losses. They trade 1-1, but they don't fall further into the pit off of that. Good move by them to stop it. Dragon is live. They have to shove out and try to get something.
That was kind of the best possible way this could have gone. They get the mid lane farm, they get the top lane farm. Nothing really got lost on the map, and they get to reset this map a little bit more. They get to set bot in top lane as push lanes, as advantage lanes, and just kind of keep track of mid.
Yeah, it delays the time that teammate has to do the Baron. It'll keep them off it for a good while. Their wards placed all around that pit are definitely helping them out. But now the Dragon has been started up by Porpoise Pops, and I think teammate is just going to have another Dragon into their hands.
This should be completely clean. 33-33 into the game. Teammate will be grabbing Dragon number 4, I believe now. Every single one for the blue team. And you see an 8,000 gold lead largely because of that objective control.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of the team composition too. They could wave clear, go get objectives.
Yep.
If you come to the objective, they start poking you, or they put little things from Ziggs, explosive minefields, satchel charges, etc., to make sure that you can't get into the pit, or it's a very bad fight for you. The teams are even in kills, but it's almost a 10k gold advantage. The fact that they're getting all of these objectives off of playing their win conditions is just showing the teammate they came to play this final game. No Tristana mid. They're like, come at us, standard, and this is what will happen.
And you're seeing Kenny trying as hard as he can. 6-5 and 6 though. He started out so strong, but he's now dying. But he's doing 1-for-1 every single fight, and it makes his score look a little bit worse than it was before. The rest of the team, if they can back him up, they'll be fine. They still do, keep in mind, have a Kog'Maw there in the back line at 2 items so far, starting on the Phantom Dancer now.
Kenny's still pushing bottom. This goes down a lot faster when teammate does it than when XDG does it.
Well, here comes the teleport in. Can they find much? Smithy's going to land the Q. Dodo could be taking some damage. They don't chase too far. Kenny does lose the teleport. Smithy goes back in. Tidal Wave comes out, splits the team up, but no damage or slow comes in.
Callie's trying to come around for a flank. 10Q is just so squishy. Smithy.
Gotta be careful. Dodges the Gragas ulti, though. They wanted to knock him in. Slushie just took a Mikhail's.
Yeah, that's a big part of actually California Troll's damage output in these team fights. We're going to have to see what they do. I think both teams are going to back off of this and not want to fight.
See if they can find a 7.6 thousand gold lead. But
10Q is so low.
Very close. Yeah, 10Q has been taking a lot of pokes so far. Cross Queen's playing back from cooldown fairly soon, for what it's worth. And it's still, I feel like it's a game of peeling for Latman and Kenny getting his way in a fight. GA back up in about 30 seconds. Maybe that'll be enough for him to do good things in the battle.
Yep, blue timer, teammate, able to pick up this blue for themselves again. Just having good objective control of this game. Good talking skills too.
Yes, we're very good at these.
Good objective control.
Objective control, name of the game for most of League of Legends, and so far, pretty darn good for teammate here. Calitros once again just doing the split push farm thing. Deathcap is done. He now doesn't need to auto attack minions to kill them. He can just press Q, and it'll be fine. It would take XDG support 10 of them to kill that wave. 10 Qs. It's a joke. Smile, Irene.
Yay!
XDG though starting up on Baron though. Look at
Teleport
this.
coming in.
Kog'Maw trying from across the wall. Ulti burn for 2 people so far.
Callie's got a good way in
wants
this.
to go in. Does he have the good Gragas ulti? Does he find the way in? Exhaust burned early on Gragas. There's the knockback on everybody that can. Kenny forced to respawn now on the GA. Satchel back in the team. 1-for-0 so far. The double bubble could mean 10Q goes down.
They're picking
So
up
far,
more.
3 kills picked up as Smithy drops down. Now Latman forced to run away. He's going to be the 4th casualty. Only Baby Zeus is alive, and only Porpoise Pops is dead.
There are 40 seconds on these respawn timers. Teammate, they're going to push the top and the mid and get as much as they can off of that.
They could potentially end the game if it pushes fast enough, but at least double inhib, I think, is secure. Or they could inhib into Baron. There's a lot of options available, but I don't know if you risk Baron with your Smite dead. We'll have to see what they go for. Top lane turret gonna be going down for sure, and at least 1 to 2 more buildings.
Yeah, Calitrolls is backing right now. He doesn't want anything to do with this push, even though he is the Lichbane Gragas and could add a ton of damage to these structures. He's not gonna go for it. They're gonna go double inhib, meet up at the Baron. But Porpoise Pops, he died.
Yep.
So they don't have a smite available for the next 15 seconds.
They don't have ward coverage either.
Yes.
There's actually better wards on Baron for XDG. It's going to require recall to restock the Sightstone. Thankfully, the sweepers are up. The pink wards are up as well, so teammate can arrest control. But I don't think he can get enough vision down to control it. Kenny, you can see this fight again.
Calitrolls was able to TP in from the right, and he gets right into the fight exactly where he wants to be, and just lays down as much damage as possible. They pick up Kenny, they separate him, they pick him off after the GA, and everybody from teammate, you were seeing the team fight prowess of this composition that they had selected for themselves, and the amount of AoE damage they have.
XDG are actually the ones trying to take down this Baron, but again, Team 8 are right on their flank trying to stop them. Barrel's going to come out, Q's going to do some decent damage. And here goes Porpoise Pops in the wing as well. They do see the tidal wave comes by one more time. Latman does get away from this.
And Q.
It's getting lower and lower. Baby Zeus knocked around. Pops the ulti. There's the engage. Jumps over the wall. He's going to stay safe for now. Baron's still losing health at a 1600 HP, but 2 kills so far for teammate. Kenny forced around as well. This should be the Baron pickup. Yes, it is. 3 kills plus Baron for teammate with 2 dead inhibs. This has got to be the game.
Yeah. Team 8, they're going to secure their spot in the semifinals and go and get that rematch against Coast, who 2-0'd them in Summer Series 2, off this great play that they've brought in this final game, switching up their strategy and banning the Tristana to see what else XDG had, and it wasn't enough.
It wasn't quite enough. Kenny ends the game 6-7-6 off of what an amazing start of 2 or 3 kills and 1 death. First blood as well. Was not going to happen. Team A closed the game out in 39 minutes. They'll make their way to the semifinals, and honestly, it was a factor of teamwork, making really good calls, really good team fights, and making the right choices.
They're called Team 8 for a reason.
Yes.
They played that composition perfectly. They got every drag in that game. They got every bear in that game. They contested objectives. They pushed them off of it and realized that the single target damage of XDG is what they're going for.
Yeah.
We have Kog'Maw, we have Irelia, we have Lulu. Not a lot of AoE there against Gragas, Corki, Ziggs. Just tons of wave clear, tons of damage all the way through it. Yeah. And it's just an amazing composition that they brought out for themselves in this third game to deal with whatever XDG were going to throw at them. Yeah. So I like that pickup. I like that strategy. And you know that they have to be celebrating a ton right now because they were up against the wall there.
Oh, yeah.
1-1. You lose a game as basically start of Summer Series 2, tournament favorites, right? People were considering these guys tournament favorites alongside Coast. They've kind of fallen down a couple times. They've had their slumps.
It's true.
They have a gaming house. All of this stuff that they've spent so much time on, so much investment in, they are just one more step closer to making it to the LCS promotion tournament and actually proving their worth and playing an LCS team.
Yeah, and honestly, Team 8, I still think they have some issues to work out. I think they adapted slow in Champion Select to Game 2 and let the obvious ace in the whole strategy come out again and lose a game from them. You still saw some bad individual misplays. I mean, Team 8, that game probably shouldn't have been that close. Giving up 17 kills when all you want to do is fight for objectives is a little sloppy, and it's something you got to kind of keep in mind. Maple Street went back to his I'm going to play an early game bully. That worked out fine for him. That was cool. Dodo 8 brought out more castle supports. Those have been great for him as well.
Yeah.
Need to play the tanks. That's cool.
His Mikhail's usage has been really, really good.
Generally, yeah. Heck, even Calitrolls bringing back the AP Gragas, being stuck in a bad matchup where his opponent gets first blood, he gets ganked for, Kenny starting that matchup 100% in the advantage, and he finds a way to pull it back. I got to give props to Calitrolls.
He avoided him for the longest time. He's
sure.
Screw you, I'm going mid lane. And then they kill Baby Zeus, and it's all right, let's get ourselves. That was Baby Zeus' only death of the game. He ended up 4-1-3, but it ended up with a dragon. So even if you don't die a whole bunch, if people get something off of your death, it's worth more for the enemy team.
It absolutely is. And honestly, the split pushing of ICanEU didn't do very much, right? He had 7 deaths, and unfortunately, not all of them were worth it. Sometimes 1-for-1 trade in team fights, perfectly acceptable. That's very understandable. Some of them was, well, I'll split bottom, I'll pull them to me, and then it didn't work.
Yeah.
That Baron attempt, and you called it, if they go for this, they should get Baron. But the exact right allocation of resources, teammates stopped the Baron anyway. XDG didn't kill it basically fast enough to be able to deal with the sort of counter-engage, the TP back in. Some very small moves that could have made the change.
Yeah, and the fact that if Kenny had lasted longer,
that could
have been the difference too.
Absolutely.
Just perfect storm for them.
Yeah, perfect storm. Teammate played it very well. They deserve the victory, of course, and they're going to be our second semifinalists now tomorrow. But today's quarterfinals Now that today's quarterfinal matches are in our match history, let's take a look at the updated Challenger bracket. With their wins today, Team LawPro and Team 8 advance to the next round.
And tomorrow's semifinals will kick off with Curse Academy against Team LawPro, and then it's the champions of Summer 1 and Summer 2, Team Coast, going up against Team 8.
Those best-of-3 matches take place beginning at noon Pacific time, 9 p.m. Central European Summer Time. That'll be all from us here today, but before we go, one of the thanks again to our friends at Coca-Cola, and now on behalf of myself, Zyrene, and the entire live broadcast crew, good night, thanks for watching, and GG. Damage coming out a little bit. Good dodge in the bubble. Latman putting good damage on Dodo. Is sure to fall. Tries with the ignite, and he's going to take down 10Q.
He will go at this again. There is a heal.
The drink. Flash lands an auto attack. Nicely done. Cali Trolls gets the one-on-one, but now it's going to be Dodo going down. Kenny will revive, and 10Q does go down. Resets 2 kills to 1 so far. Here comes the revive, and Kenny's going to drop right immediately afterwards. Satchel back in the team. 1 for 0 so far. The double bubble could mean 10Q goes down. So far, 3 kills picked up as Smithy drops down. Now Latman forced to run away. There's the engage, jumps over the wall. He's going to stay safe for now. Baron's still losing health at a 1600 HP, but 2 kills so far for teammate. Kenny forced around as well. This should be the Baron pickup. Yes, it is.